Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. You're here on the home of the slightly above average ship review. Got a capture the base match for you today here on Shatter. We are top tier in the Royal Navy legendary tier destroyer, the Daring. Alright, the bombs are bursting in air outside. Pardon me if you hear that. And we're going up the tech tree line, so I thought to myself, hey, let's give the Daring another look. I got a great game for you here in the Daring. I hope you enjoy it. Sit back and watch the Daring do its work. I think it has a strong case to be made for the best legendary tier destroyer. Just one man's opinion. You know, maybe someday we'll get another destroyer that can dethrone it, but as of right now, I think this thing is number one. Alright, so we're moving out in the Daring. Shatter, not one of my favorite maps. But at least it's better than a zoomed-in version of an old map that Ouija likes to pass off as a new map. We're going to torp into the gap here. I think I am. We'll see if somebody gets unlucky and rolls into those. Also, hopefully I don't vomit. I had a big drink earlier and I'm on some medication. Might not be reacting well right now. So we'll see what happens. To my stomach as well as those torpedoes. Alright, continuing to move out. We're on the setting the edge over here. I know that's a football term, but when you're in destroyers sometimes it's a good idea to set the edge in order to prevent another of the enemy destroyers coming all the way around. Alright. Maybe a little hiccup in the video feed there. Here is an enemy ship, the Republique. Look at those torpedoes, folks. They were right on target. Coming up a little bit short, but right on target. That guy was breathing a sigh of relief after those ground to a halt in the water. I just need a little bit more room. A lot to like about the Daring. 6 guns. I want to say I think they're 113 millimeters and got these single tube launch torpedoes. Always very useful if you can get them onto a target. 6 smoke screens, short duration smoke, and this very short range sonar, which is a little less useful unless you're being smoke sonar by somebody else at close range, I guess. Those torpedoes all look like they missed, except for one. So we're going to torp again at the Republique. And I want to say I do have the Daring built out with an emphasis on the torpedoes. Alright, we got about 16k damage from that torpedo strike. More torpedoes are moving in. We are maintaining our distance. As you can see, our concealment with this build is 5.2. So I'm trying pretty hard to maintain that to the enemy ship. Alright, here comes some more torpedoes. 1. Just 1. 2. Alright, 2. Permaflood looks like it is on. We're up to 37 and change damage. Still waiting on another reload here. And there are a couple of enemy destroyers in this match. I don't think they came over to this side of the map. So I get to operate really with impunity over here, at least for right now. Alright, Republique kicked in, the big engines there. He's moving forward. I am probably going to miss with that salvo of torpedoes, unfortunately, if he does get up to full speed. So we're going to put a smoke up and fire at him, and maybe he'll slow down or something. We did set him on fire. These torps look like they're all going to miss except for one. Alright, we finished them off. 71,000 damage, yes, sir. Alright, so that was good. Now we're going to make a beeline for the cap circle. My goal in doing that is to force the enemy team back to their own cap. By the way, I should have linked the original daring video. Much more fruitful in terms of base XP. At about, let's say, a minute of this match. So if you want to see my first match in the daring that's televised, you can click that link up in the upper right hand corner. But this is definitely a high damage game.
I need your support.
And since we're going up the tech tree line, why not? Alright, so we're moving into the cap circle here. A couple of Montanas out there in the distance. Way out of my torp range. Alright, maybe not that far out of my torp range. But I'm not necessarily planning on torping immediately here. I want to get the lay of the land. As you can see, it is contested. That means an enemy ship is in the cap, probably a destroyer. So I'm turning to the other side here. Thought about launching at the Montana. It's got a plane up. I am going to not do that and save my torpedoes for someone else who might need them. Alright, now they're not going straight anymore, so that is also bad. There are some torpedoes, so probably on the other side of the rock is the enemy destroyer. I don't really know what I was trying to signal there. And as the fireworks continue to explode outside, we will send one rack towards one of the Montanas. And then we'll get into an advantageous position here. By doing so, we dodge some incoming torpedoes. So clearly looking at the indicator, the enemy destroyer is right over in there somewhere. And so we will torp that away. Maybe he'll maneuver into them. We hit our sonar to give us a little extra warning. And we do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 torpedo strikes, I think on the Montana. Maybe we got one on the destroyer as well. I think we did. I just don't know where he's at. So we threw up another smoke screen. Start farming damage from the first Montana here. Racking up the damage here. Set him on fire. I think he also was flooding. So at this point, we are really messing him up. And just racking up the damage here. Haven't used any of my heals yet. I feel very confident in the outcome of this game right now. Simply because we are leading the way for the blue team. Alright, finally spotted as the smoke runs out. And one last salvo in. There goes Montana number 1. Here is the enemy destroyer, Shimakaze. And he's got torpedoes coming in here. And we hit the island. Not good. Trying to get free here. He does disable my propulsion. And as you can see, these 113s really don't mess around. Probably should have been firing armor piercing. Somebody else pinches my other kill. And now I'm going to back up and avoid his other torpedoes as we duck back into his smokescreen. Alright, so we've got a Montana left out there. Checking his heading. Now the blue team is pushing forward pretty hard because, you know, they can't just let me get the kill here. They've got to try to interrupt that somehow. There is the high caliber metal as we continue to shell the other Montana. We're up to 161,000 damage. Shooting down a spotter plane. And I'm going to try to just zip around the other side of the mountain here and torp out. And see if we can get the kill there. And our team really dominated this game. We've only lost 2 ships. You know, we've got a very commanding lead in points because I just spent about a half an hour in their cap circle. It's a dominant destroyer, folks. In my opinion, it is really, really great. Now, don't get me wrong. As we continue to try to damage the other Montana, we do set him on fire. I am going to torp out here with all sorts of contingencies if he turns or whatever. He's shooting at me, by the way, not anybody else. He's shooting at me. You know, don't get me wrong. Kleber in the hands of a skilled player is still very dangerous. We finish off the Montana. That's the end of the game. Not taking anything away from Kaba or anything like that, but this destroyer, I think, really can do it all out there. All right. Look at all those milestones. You want to get those milestones, you got to take out the daring, man. All right, here we are on the victory screen. High caliber medal, 173,776 total damage, 9 big torpedo strikes, 3 big kills, a bunch of progress ribbons. We ended up with 373,494 silver, 6175 ship XP, 6298 commander XP in the daring, in a victory. Not as good as my last game, though. If you haven't seen that, you really should check it out. All right, here we are at the top of the board. 1 medal, 3 big kills, 2726 base XP in the daring. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and or subscribe. I will see you on the next video, everybody. Have a good one.